moved up again this year, and this year we are in the presence of a legend and a superstar, Mr. Paul van Dyk. Obviously, part of what we do here at BPM is try to educate people of maybe how to get to kind of Paul van Dyk's level, and that's what we're here to do today. And ask you some questions with a pro. Have you enjoyed the show so far, Paul?
Yes, great. Some really interesting stuff all over the place. So that's good.
It's an exciting time, technology-wise, for the industry at the moment, with the move to MIDI and all the computer programs and so on and so forth. And it just shows out there today, doesn't it? All the new things that have been launched. How's that affecting the way you're DJing at the moment?
Well, since a pretty long time I already use, pretty much the latest technology when I'm on stage. I'm not playing CDs or vinyl anymore. I'm pretty much with two computers on stage, and I have keyboards with me, lots of controllers, a custom-made mixer, some stuff that enables me to, basically do what I love doing.
That's great. Let's go back to your early days, the days of young Paul van Dyk, and what kind of made you want to become a DJ? What was it? What was the thing that did that?
Well, I grew up in East Berlin, so I couldn't go to any clubs, and I was listening to the West Berlin radio stations all the time, and obviously therefore I knew all about electronic music, and when the wall went down I went to all the clubs in Berlin. And I have to say, the music that was presented there was like really one-dimensional, and obviously I wanted to have the whole wide world of electronic music. And so I went to a record store, got a hold of some of the records that I loved, and made some mixtapes for myself and some friends, and actually a friend of mine passed it on to a promoter, and this is how I got my first gig.
Wow. So you were listening to the music the other side of the wall, and you developed an interest in the music. Do you remember that first record? What was that one that you bought?
I think it was the Transcendental EP by a guy called Ron Allen that seems to have disappeared ever since.
So it's not part of your set tonight at Gate Crush, no?
Probably not, but it definitely was a great record.
What would you consider your first big break? What was the thing that turned Paul van Dyk from club DJ into superstar DJ? Did you have a defining moment?
But to be really honest, I don't really like the term superstar DJs anyway, so it's, I'm in the fortunate position that I, can do what I love doing all over the world, and, that's more than enough. That doesn't make me any better, or it puts me onto another level than somebody who actually plays in phenomenal residency every week in a local club. For me, it's more important that we all have our own idea of what this music should sound like and bring that across. I think this is more important. And I'm living my life, so to me it doesn't really feel like that there was a certain push or a certain momentum. It just kind of continuously grew. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen Paul just wandering around the show today. He used the name Superstar DJ, but I mean, the way you just kind of fit in, blended in, you're in a place you love at the moment. This is like a sweet shop. Yeah, it is. I mean, we're looking at new technology for the next tour right now, so, the big LED screens and all sorts of stuff, so it is like a candy store. Yeah, it's fabulous. Just talking about the way you develop your music, develop your sets. So, for instance, tonight at Gate Crush, is that totally pre-programmed? Is that something that, you're going to turn up, or is that fly in the moment? Are we going to pick those moments? Well, I play a 6-hour set. You cannot really plan that because you never know what's going to happen. And I have an idea how I will start tonight, and everything else is down to what's going on. Wow, that's great. Production, you're a producer obviously as well as a DJ. How much do you think the production element of what you do has developed you into the DJ you are today? Is that important too, the making music and the DJing working hand in hand? Well, it's like if you would ask me what I am, I would say first of all I'm a musician. And my favorite music is electronic music, and the most common way of presenting it is the DJing. And this obviously, it's part of each other. The DJing influences how I make my music, and obviously the way how I make my music is influencing what I play and how I play. This is a question that came in on email to me.
And someone asked, when you first picked up DJ Mag and you were #1 in the world, what was that feeling like? Was that a good feeling, or was it a shock, or did it matter? Did it not matter?
Well, it is, you know, I think I said that many times. It's like, it's a big honor to be on top of the list, but this is not the reason why I do what I do. So, you know, it's like, obviously it was like, wow, you know, and but, you know, at the same time, it didn't change my approach to what I do and how I treat people or how I treat music. So, yeah, you know, it's like, I also said many times I wouldn't be #1 without, you know, #100. I think it's, again, you know, as I said before, it's like we, especially the electronic music circus, we all love what we do and we have our different sort of ideas how it should sound, but at the same time, you know, we are really passionate about that music, not about a certain level of recognition, at least I'm not.
Talking about your music, are we on one track? Obviously, a proud moment for you playing as well at the 20th anniversary of the Berlin Wall coming down. You created that track for the celebration. Was that a proud moment, obviously coming from that German, that old country of Germany with the wall?
Well, I think it's always a proud moment if you get asked by your government, by your country to do, you know, an official thing for them, and you know, especially something, you know, that important as the Berlin Wall coming down. You know, it was a big project. It's like, you know, it was like, wow. So how am I going to approach this? And I took it not just as a, like, from the German point of view. It's like, of course the wall went down that day, but at the same time that day stands for the liberation of the whole of Europe. And this is why the track actually is like ended up being in English, even it's a German celebration. And it's about we are one, we're all together on this planet, we're all responsible for what's going on here. And this is what yeah, the song is all about.
Must have been a proud gig.
It was definitely strange. I mean, it was like very hard rain that day, and it was right outside in front of the Brandenburg Gate. There were like all those people, and you know, Clintons and all these people were sitting over there. Yeah. And yeah, it was interesting, and the security level, of course, was quite amazing. They actually took the whole keyboards apart, they unscrewed everything and looked if there would be something inside. It was crazy.
Tell me about your biggest gig. Was that Rio? Over 1 million people?
I think it was. I think the Berlin Art Parade, where we had 1.5 million people one year, I think it was slightly bigger than that.
Has anyone else come close to 1.5 million in this room? Only a couple. Only a couple.
Well, I'm not doing it every day.
What would you say would be your proudest achievement as a DJ? What's the legacy? What you know? What do you feel?
I think it's like, you know, I think it's the same for everyone. It's like if you have a project, if you have something, you've been putting a lot of enthusiasm and time and passion into it, and it works out. I think this in itself is a very sort of proud thing. I couldn't really single out one particular sort of moment.
We've talked about your music production. Many of these people out here might want to make a track that they want you to play. What do you look in? What's a track that Paul Van Dyk plays? What do you look for in a track? What makes that special moment for you? That makes the dance floor come alive?
I don't know.
No.
Seriously, it's like you can play me 3 tracks and maybe to all of us they sound pretty similar, but I pick one and I say I'm not going to play the other 2. I don't know, it's just like something, it's a feeling, it's something about the production, it's something about something new in it as well. Obviously, I'm listening to that kind of music for many, many years, and you know, I kind of get annoyed by a lot of the repetition that's going on, and you know, basically listening to something that people call the new house music, which is pretty much an old 80s loop with a rip-off of an old sort of like house sample. That's not really what electronic music is about for me.
How would